You don't understand how annoyed I am now. Because I just want to get this stupid event done. Like a Triumph Hero, like that one. Okay, so I gotta finish that one. Ugh. Either way, I gotta go to Sumeru. And I know you guys can hear me, so that's why I'm like kind of in the state of like, I don't care. Because I really don't. I had to mow the lawn today. I mowed the front yard. And I did the backyard. I didn't do a good job. Like, fucking I did a job, you know? It should be passable to the point where, I mean, they probably would. The fucking city's fucking always petty. But it's better than what it was before, so. I fucked up my finger, too. Like, I kind of hurt it, so it's like, and I don't mean like hurt it as it just stings. I mean like a good chunk of my flesh is missing, or like it came off, but it's still like attached barely. So it's kind of like blah.
This should be Sataria's favorite fortune-telling spot. So should we ask the fortune teller about Sataria? No, I already have enough information on Sataria. The most important thing now is for you to pay attention to the vendor's talking style and key characteristics.
I just want to get this stupid event over with.
Talking style and key characteristics?
My poor lost lambs. Have you become troubled over your fates? The divine voice of wisdom often echoes between mine ears. If thou be blessed today by the gods, I may be able to show you the way.
Huh? Really?
Stuff, so I gotta
Nahida, you've been whispering things to her?
Do that and whatnot.
My friend here has some doubts regarding her future. Can we get a fortune reading for her?
Of course, of course. In that case...
I think it was like 25 last I checked, so... 25 plus 30 years.
It would seem that Harut and Marut are quite wary of you. Perhaps, at some time in the past, you have somehow offended the gods.
Only mocking the god of Animo, questioning the Lord of Geo's financial savviness, and brawling with the god of Electro. Do those count?
Oh, nothing. Go on, pick an aspect for her to divine.
If I finish up the books...
Health prospects. No problem at all.
I did Love last time, and it's basically like, talks about harem shenanigans. So...
The gods have spoken. The truth shall be revealed. Your life shall continue on for...
Possible.
Many tens of thousands of years? Impossible. Harut, Marut, did you two spoil my divination? I've never read a fortune so absurd.
I mean, we are like 500.
Actually, Paimon thinks this is probably the most accurate fortune-telling you've ever done.
I admit that the orientation of today's celestial matrix is, suboptimal. As such, there will be no charge.
Is that so? Well, that can't be helped.
If you were to bring some food offerings for Harut and Marut on your next visit, perhaps they could help you reverse the wheels of fate.
I forgot I gotta move. Gather all the information, so we'll do that. I should probably lower that.
Is this another one of Sataria's favorite stalls? Yep. It belongs to a king.
Then I'll move this
His
closer
father
to my
helped
face.
Sataria a lot when she first moved to Samara
I
City.
currently have like my
So she
headphones
still
like
comes
not
by
on my
whenever
head
she
right
has
now.
time.
I have it like kind
When
of
I
off
start
to the
talking
side.
with him, listen carefully
So
to the
can still
details
hear
of
me,
our conversation.
Y'all can. But like, I just don't feel like putting on the headphones. Like I've been noticing.
Dear customers.
Like when I'm wearing it, I'm
Would
like
you like to look at some
tilting my head
pottery?
off to the side.
We caught wind of your great craftsmanship, so we specifically came to take a look.
Oh, I recognize you. Aren't you Miss Catherine from the Adventurers Guild? Sounds like I'm in for some big business.
Speaking of, where did you learn this trade?
I suppose you could say it all started with my dad. He's a mason by trade, but I picked up an interest in clay while apprenticing for him. After that, I began making pottery by myself in secret, and I simply changed trades when my works turned out well. Although it's a pity that I'm no longer making much use of the knowledge provided to me by the Akasha.
That's nice. You're making a living doing something you love.
So is your father still working as a mason?
Oh no, not anymore. A few years back, he fell from a roof and broke his leg. Since he had already saved enough Mora over all these years, he's just enjoying the retired life in Port Ormos nowadays.
I see. We wish him peace and happiness in his retirement. I'll have someone in charge of logistics at the guild come by another day for some goods. We'll leave you to it. Take care now.
No problem. Rest easy, all our goods are sure to meet your every need.
I'm reading something, right? It's called like Wake Up Sleeping Beauty. And like apparently so far the main character like first off it starts off pretty quick. It's like the male lead kind of like meets the female lead and he, like after a little bit
This should be our
like,
final stop.
falls in love with her.
Sataria's always thinking of this restaurant when she's
and
working
then she
at the
tells him
academia.
like, oh, you know,
So she always comes by
if
whenever
you can
she's
tell me
out in
this
the
the
city.
next time you see
Nahida,
me.
you've really thought of everything.
And so he's like, oh,
It's
okay.
my duty to protect Samari's
So what ends
citizens,
up
after
happening
all.
is, like, apparently, like, there's multiple personalities.
Hi there.
At least that's what
I
they're-
feel like I've seen you down by the docks
Hey.
before.
It's weird.
Huh? Sorry, I don't quite remember.
And I mildly, I'll
If
be honest,
I
the reason why I
recall,
picked it up was because
you
it's
were
called
having a
Wake Up
discussion with someone about
and
shipbuilding
I've
at the
kind of
time.
gotten into,
Ah, that's
like,
right.
really,
I've
I'm,
always
like,
been
really
really
obsessed right now
interested in
with,
feats of marine engineering.
silver.
After
velvet.
all, I grew up in
So I'm
Leeway
like,
Harbor and spent my entire childhood
like, I was
staring
like,
at the
oh, that reminds
ships
me.
going in and
It's like,
out
you
of the
know,
port. I came to
so we're
Sumeru
kind
to
of a
study,
little bit to,
but failed to make it
Aurora,
into the
Sleeping Beauty,
academia due to my
or
lack
whatever.
of talent.
So,
But
I was just
I'm still discussing all kinds of problems with different scholars.
Yes,
And
I am.
I'm continuing to study and perform research from the restaurant's
oh my gosh,
basement.
it's Twisted Wonderland.
I'm
that was
sure
the,
I'll get to the academia after their next round of
spoilers
exams.
for the Twisted Wonderland
What an admirable
the
spirit for
What If
learning.
or remix
Amazing.
thing. But like,
Sure.
there was like this moment,
But you'll find hardworking people
and
wherever
like,
you go.
I was like, ah!
So this restaurant
And my
has a
fangirl
basement
knees
as
were,
well?
Like, so mad.
Huh.
It was so good.
First I've heard of it.
That's right.
I probably
It's
should shut up
not
while
usually
they're
open to
talking, but
patrons. Most of the time,
I'm
employees
trying to
use it for
read while they're
breaks
talking.
or to hold private events.
So I shut up so you can y'all
I
can
see.
hear them talking shit.
Yes, that makes sense. Well, good luck with your studies, Miss Chishan.
Thank you so much. As long as I can make it into the academia as an official student, I'll be happy.
Alright. Where are we? Nikita, where the fuck are you? As you can tell from that wonkiness, I am one-handing this again. God, my
So,
armor.
was that everybody? Mm-hmm. 3 familiar faces should be enough for Sataria. What's collected. Nahida, you still haven't told us how you're planning to make Setaria face her problems. Setaria is already used to avoiding her problems, so we must find a way to break through her usual sensibilities. I remember you mentioned that the Eremites in Port Ormuz are all making a fuss about the upcoming resurrection of King Deshret. Although it's all just a boatload of nonsense, the fate of her homeland may turn out to be Setaria's soft spot. Oh, Paimon gets it now! You want to take advantage of the guilt Setaria feels about her homeland. Although she knows she should return home to help the people of the desert, all she's done is conspire with the sages.
If King Desert was to criticize his actions...
So, how do we set that up? Well, King Deshret is long gone, and Setaria is also too smart to fall for any simple tricks. If we simply engaged her under the guise of King Deshret's believers, she would definitely be wary of us, and we may not get anywhere. But if we were to borrow some of her close acquaintances to talk with her, her reaction would probably be very different. So, you mean you're going to possess those people we just talked to? Yep. Possess them through the Akasha. Imply they've already converted to the faith of King Deshret, and then convey our made-up will of King Deshret. As long as everything goes smoothly, we'll get through to Setaria for sure. She'll never guess that we had anything to do with it. Ah, so that's how you're going to use all the info we collected on these people. It's so that you won't slip up and break form. Possessing them will only work if you can manage to pass off as them. Exactly. So, best of luck with impersonating them. Huh? Best of luck? But we don't know how to possess anyone. That's no problem at all. I'll just share all their senses with you once I've possessed them. As long as you're also wearing an Akasha terminal, the effect will basically be as if you've possessed them yourself. Huh. That is pretty convenient. But why does she have to do this? Can't you do it yourself? Although I've been observing humans for a while, I've never been good at imitating them. You're not wrong. It's always been painfully obvious whenever you try to pass as Catherine. If it was at all possible, I would have preferred to leave these people alone. But seeing how things are now, I probably should just accept it and push on. Yeah, don't beat yourself up over it. We're only doing this to help everyone, and we'll only be borrowing them for a little while anyway. Alright, then let's give it a go tomorrow afternoon.
Okay. So... it's weird, because like...
Come on, let's get moving.
The female main character...
We're not frozen in place after all.
Like, her other personality's boy, and he's all hyper and shit. It was weird. Anyway. Wait, what day did I... what time did I need? 12 the following afternoon. No, stop. Come on. Damn it! Like, I'm trying to get it, like, at... there you go, there you go. I wanted to get it strictly at 12. Alrighty. Does that have to finish fucking Nahida's plan? I don't want to, though. Play riddle.
Here she comes. Satari is here! Let's quietly follow her. Once she starts talking to her acquaintances, we'll find a safe spot to begin possessing them. As for how we'll sway her to our side, I'll leave that to you. I trust you'll know what to say. Paimon's starting to feel kinda nervous. Okay, let's go. Looks like they've already started talking. Let's find a hiding spot and get started.
If I don't respond right away to anything shenanigans, it's because, as you can kind of hear, I'm kind of playing a twisty tune right now. Because, like,
that's
I'm trying
right. You really can't force anything when it comes to love. And besides, everyone around me has a very different background and outlook.
If I want to get, like, a...
Are you still listening to me, Nabia?
Oh,
because, like, freaking
of course I'm listening. You were
his,
talking
like,
about troubles with your love life, right? I heard everything you said.
Okay, then. You just seemed a little distracted for a moment there.
Like 50, I mean, like, it's 500. And I'm like, that's a lot of fucking...
Your cats seem pretty worked up.
Shit, you know?
Is something wrong? I always thought they were quiet, happy kitties. Oh, what are their names again?
Okay. Shit. I do not remember. 'Cause I'm not paying attention. Genshin Impact. The answers to set to send. That looks right.
Ah, that's right. They are just little darlings, aren't they? Harut and Marut.
So, which fortune do you want me to read for you today? You must have come for another echo of the divine voice of wisdom.
I'd like to get another reading on my love prospects, but to be perfectly honest with you, I feel like I've been a real mess recently.
A mess?
Well, could you do a reading on how long it'll take me to finish my current project at work? I really just want to get it over with.
Paimon keeps almost getting caught.
I hear you.
Paimon is not
No
good
problem
at
at all. The gods will reveal the truth. The gods are asking, Sataria, why haven't you gone home?
Why haven't I gone home? Do the gods really know everything I've been thinking about?
Sataria, why don't you just go home?
I like how I keep, like,
it's a
I know
demand now instead of a question.
Like, I keep
the
switching
gods
shit.
seem
At first
to
I
be
was reading the book
truly
and now
upset.
I'm playing it. Can you not do that?
I'm sorry.
I know
I failed the gods. Please pass on my most sincere apologies and ask for their divine forgiveness. And if I may ask, Nabia, is there a specific god who's speaking to you right now?
Question.
What an inconsiderate and naive question. The god who is speaking to me is, of course, the wisest and mightiest of all, King Deshret.
Any library.
King Deshret? No wonder he would make such demand of me. Wait a second. King Deshret passed away a long time ago.
fuck?
Even though news of King Deshret's resurrection has been spreading like wildfire, it's all just a misinformation campaign from the Academia. How can King Deshret still exist in real life?
What insolence! I am King Deshret's most loyal believer. Do you wish to refute his voice of wisdom?
Oh, no. As a child of the desert, I am only reveling in his power upon learning that his divine glory has touched even this city.
Thrice.
I will think very carefully about his demand of me. I'm
me.
sorry. I must go now.
Wait!
I pretty much lost some shit, which sucks, but what can you do, you know?
Whoa! She just ran off in a hurry. She looked pretty upset, too. Well done. Sataria didn't seem to suspect anything amiss. To have something she's been trying desperately to avoid show up out of nowhere and berate her, that must have shaken her to the core.
Aw, Nahida, it seems like you understand human emotions really well after all.
All I know are some abstract Haravatot theories. In any case, my time with you has shown a lot of them to be utterly useless. I'm still trying to make sense of everything.
Really cool, but makes me mad
anyway, enough of that. Let's hurry and catch up to Sataria.
I really love, like, Lupin the Third.
She's out of King's now, right on cue. Let's get ready to possess him right away.
Sherlock Holmes. Well, while I was at the library, you know, minding my business, you know, looking around, because I was like, well, I'm going to be renting out a few books. So I ended up like doing some shit, right? So I ended up finding a book and I was like, holy shit, you know?
It's okay.
And it was,
I just got caught up in something.
Sherlock?
Oh, actually, didn't you ask me to help you look for work? What kind of work were you looking for again?
The me is Irene, which is cool. Because, like, I don't know, I just find it super cool and shit, and I was like, oh my gosh! So I had to, like, fucking get it, and I did. Well, technically, I was trying to find the first one, because at first it felt like a second one, and I knew it kind of felt like a second one, and I did confirm it was a second one, because I ended up seeing a 2 on the fucking spine of it. So, like, I had asked the librarian, and basically, like, the only way to get it, the first one was to, that or was the other book I was looking for, because the other book I was looking at, because I was looking at for 2 books.
Oh, right.
One of the books,
your old man's craft.
Was
how could I forget?
Called The Janitors.
Speaking of, how's he doing? Is he feeling any better?
Seems very interesting. And but my only problem being is that it's gonna take me forever.
Oh, that's good to hear. I have been thinking a lot about him. If I could get some more time off, I'd love to pay him a visit. Actually, while we're talking about him, is he still living in Port Ormos?
But,
yeah, he's been retired there for a while.
If you could find the time, please write him a letter. Let him know that recently, faith in King Deshret has taken root in Port Ormos, and has begun to spread across Sumeru. He has a quick temper, and has always been a devout follower of the Dendro Archon. I don't want him to get into a fight with those King Deshret believers because of a difference in beliefs.
Oh? So, who are you siding with in all of this? The Academia or King Deshret?
So there's gonna be a lot of spoilers for
I'm
that.
so jealous of you. You were born a child of the desert, yet you chose to betray King Deshret, and now you spend all your time with those crooks from the academia.
Akeem, you don't mean... You've also become a believer of King Deshret?
I didn't want spoilers.
What's so strange about becoming a believer of the wise King Deshret?
Oh.
In fact, aren't you the strange one? The one who still can't pick a side?
I'm like, should I spoil it? But I mean,
can't pick a side? Me?
Anyway. But,
Whoa! Paimon had no idea you'd be so good at this.
Like, and I'm pretty sure those of you who are actually...
You really zeroed in on the issue and put it right in front of her. It might feel a bit overwhelming for Sataria.
We're gonna see
but once everything is over, I'll be sure to pay her a visit to her mind and explain everything.
Spoilers.
Anyway, let's keep going.
But, if you actually play the story... Shenanigans.
Come on! Sataria's already started talking with Shishan!
Shit. I think because I took too long.
So, Shishan, have you noticed anything weird in the city lately?
I think
like,
I'll let this
as if someone was trying to preach to you about something.
Oh, right. Speaking of strange things.
Sorry, guys.
I celebrated the Sub-Zerus festival so many times that I lost count. That was really weird.
Wait. How could you be aware of that? That should be impossible. Nothing in the report indicated anything like that.
Are you still failing to realize that the Academia's lowly tricks could never deceive all of Sumeru's citizens?
It just really angers me. Like, I honestly cannot
Shishan, don't tell me that you've converted to King Deshret as well.
Gotten somebody better. But I feel
what an absurd question. You make it sound like I should be ashamed for becoming a believer of King Deshret. In reality, shouldn't you be the one who is ashamed? You, who works side by side with the Academia and treated people as nothing more than experimental subjects.
Please, please stop!
Maybe they made a promise to, like, a relative or something. I don't know.
Even now, Sataria is still trying to run from her problems.
She can no longer justify everything to herself.
Hey, she's trying to talk to the gods! What should we do?
That's the only thing that
this is the most important part of all. Quick, get ready.
Mercenary, you're a member of the Core of 30, correct? Please help me pass a message to the Matcha right away. The situation in the city is getting out of control.
It really does suck.
Please, try to remain calm, miss. Tell me what's happening in the city.
Heretics are infiltrating the city, and they've already converted many residents to their side.
Heretics? What kind of heresy are you talking about?
King Deshret! Many people I know have suddenly started believing in him, but he's long dead. It's impossible.
Miss Sataria,
whatever.
Nothing is impossible.
I haven't been paying attention to the time.
You know my name?
King Deshret is immortal, and all who defy him will one day pay the price. You must face the truth, Sataria.
For a moment there,
you tread a treacherous path, and the longer you ignore it, the tighter the Academia's grasp on you will become, and the deeper you will be ensnared. Child of King Deshret, never forget that the desert that belongs to you lies elsewhere.
What's so strange about becoming a believer of the wise King Deshret? In fact, aren't you the strange one? The one who still can't pick a side?
In the next episode, we'll see.
What an absurd question. You make it sound like I should be ashamed for becoming a believer of King Deshret.
Sataria, why haven't you gone home?
Sure, I'm not up to date, but like, I'm technically not up to date on my main account either. Because, like, I just barely finished the Scaramouche thing not that long ago. Before I started the event,
it seems that no matter where I run, I only keep finding more believers of King Deshret. I have to say, this is a familiar feeling. I've also been running from my guilt this whole time.
And he was called
guilt over my part in the Sage's plans, and from ignoring the letters from the children of my homeland. But no matter how much I may try to ignore or get rid of it, my guilt always comes back.
And so I ended up...
You won't necessarily lose your research opportunities by facing the truth. Besides, did you really want to conduct your research while carrying such heavy feelings of guilt?
How do you know me so well? Are you truly just a believer of King Deshret? Or are you the god himself?
That's not important. The important thing is to pass judgment on the academia and its sages, and to correct their mistakes. If you could provide some assistance in this matter, perhaps it could serve as a form of atonement.
Very nice. So
I've actually never believed in the gods, but I've always believed in serendipity. Your appearance must be a fated opportunity for me to get out of this wretched situation. Please tell me, what can I do for you?
Remember what I was talking about? I don't remember.
How much do you know about the Sage's current activities?
I was just one of the designers for the Masked Dream Harvest scheme, which is what happened around the Sub-Zero's festival. But I know very little about the full scope of the overall project.
I do not remember clicking.
I'd assume that only staff with the highest clearance would have access to those confidential documents.
I don't know.
I've just been working to meet the Grand Sage's specified requirements.
I was just clicking without
However, there's something that's been really bothering me.
Either way.
I heard that a scholar who was previously expelled has returned to the city. And even the sages are...
To fight against the academia, we will need to figure out the nature and the purpose of their work. Is there a way for us to get access to the confidential documents you mentioned?
Go back to reading.
It should be possible if we're willing to take some risks. After all, I'm an assistant to the Grand Sage, and I've been working on many tasks outside of the project. One thing, though, I won't be able to transfer the documents to you through the Akasha once I get my hands on them. The sages have always closely monitored all activities within the Akasha. Let me see... let's use the most primitive method. Send someone to pick up the documents tomorrow evening at the Academia entrance.
The Academia entrance? Wouldn't that be too conspicuous?
Don't worry about that. I assure you, this won't be a trap. I'm only suggesting this location because it'll draw more scrutiny for me to leave the Academia again. It'll be safest for me to distract the guards long enough to hand you the documents.
All right, I trust you.
So, if I were to successfully complete this task, would it mean I've atoned for my wrongdoings?
That'll depend on the judgment of the Dendro Archon.
The Dendro Archon. That's right. Her people are the ones we have endangered. As the God of Wisdom, she's also the one responsible for judging and guiding the scholars. Maybe it's time for me to find a god to believe in.
Just as Nahida predicted, we've managed to bring Sataria to our side!
The Traveler's execution was ingenious. She's the one who deserves all the praise. Well, now that we've made plans to meet again tomorrow evening, all we can do is pray for Sataria's mission to go off without a hitch.
Pray? But if we're going to pray to the gods, aren't we just praying to you? God of Wisdom and Guardian of the Scholars?
No. The truth is the true Guardian of Scholars. I've always believed that. Anyway, let's meet again tomorrow evening at the Adventurers Guild.
I was... okay, 19 following night. So I was like... I just remembered like this, like, have you guys, like, remember, what was it? Several years ago? Or whatever? It was, fuck it, I don't care. I don't care! I'm not looking at it. Anyway, remember remember several years ago when, like probably multiple years ago, when a corpse party was a thing? I think, I'm trying to remember, it was probably when PewDiePie, when it was only playing games. Because I think I was watching it when PewDiePie, and yeah, I'm really aging myself now, I know. Anyway, was doing games and shit. And the reason why I say this because, like the main character's sister was telling, like, you know, spooky story stuff. And, like, it reminded me of the one scene in Corpse Party where I think, I can't remember, like, either your friend jumped in the pool or she was in the pool or something, and you go to drain the pool to save
Seems
her.
all the other knights already have their hands full.
But when you do that, like, I guess she somehow ends up in the thing, and I don't know what
What's
happens.
the hurry?
Like, it's just weird, and it's not good.
Catherine, we're here. Oh, you are the other Catherine, right?
That's right.
I
suppose I'm the other Catherine in your mind.
Shh! We're on a secret mission tonight, so we need to protect Catherine's identity.
Yep, Paimon's right. We cannot fully rule out the chance that the meetup tonight is just a trap. If something were to happen, my existence may be the only trump card we'll be able to play. After all, the academia should still be unable to confirm the existence of my consciousness in the outside world.
Yep, exactly. Just what Paimon was thinking. Anyway, enough about that. Let's just make sure to be on our guard. Off? What do you feel is off? It's the middle of the night. Of course it's quiet. You're not getting paranoid, are you?
No, I think she's right. It really is a lot quieter than usual. If you look around, there seems to be fewer people on the streets. I'm not sure if this is the case for the entire city, though.
Huh. Maybe it's just a coincidence. Maybe Sataria figured out a way to not only distract the guards, but also to get everyone to go to sleep early, just so we can exchange the documents in peace.
I also can't quite figure out why things feel a little off. But now that we're here, let's go ahead and meet her as we planned.
Well, regardless, as long as you're here with us, Paimon feels a little safer. There really aren't many people out right now. Let's hope it'll be this quiet in front of the academia, and that Sataria managed to distract all the guards.
What's the hurry?
Like, you can get really dizzy. I feel like I get a little dizzy trying to run up these stupid-ass stairs. I wonder if I should... Oh, shit! Yeah, we'll wait till after this bit. Switch out.
What are all these people doing here at this hour of the night?
Ah, the triumphant hero returns at last. And to a rather spectacular welcome, even if I do say so myself.
You're the outcast, expelled from the academia.
Indeed I am. Although these days they tend to call me the Doctor. If you're looking for your researcher friend, she has already been taken into confinement. With some basic caution, she could have discovered the listening device on her person. Clearly, she lacks the degree of rigor expected of a true scholar.
The people of Sumeru City. What have you done to them?
I simply made some minor adjustments to their Akasha terminals. Now they can deposit information directly into the subconscious. As you can see, all these lovely people now believe this traveler is a hero who has just saved the world. My experiment is a success. And now it seems they can no longer hold back their sheer adoration.
No, what should we do? These are all just regular people.
Leave now. You need to get out of here.
What? That guy's a Fatui Harbinger! We can't just leave you here!
Nor can I abandon the people of Sumeru!
This is all cool and badass. I actually took the mic off the thing I had it sitting on.
Don't worry. We'll meet again outside of the city.
I see. You appear to have overridden their mental faculties with your own consciousness. To possess such a powerful mind, you must be the god of wisdom.
Tori is creeping on a child, or why are we letting this happen? I forget that he's a creep. I mean, no, I didn't. We always know that he's a creep. Tori sucks. What is the lifespan of everybody in the fucking Harbingers? Seems like Child's the only normal human one.
This should be far enough. Paimon needs to catch her breath first. Is Nahida going to be okay? We only made it out because of her. Paimon wasn't counting on running into a new Harbinger here, let alone such a high-ranking one. That guy was number 2. So scary. He called himself the Doctor. Remember, Tighnari told us about him. Sataria did say that someone who once got expelled from the Academia came back recently. And that even the sages are wary of him. Yep. Sounds like she must have been talking about the Doctor. Yeah. Now that the Doctor's in the picture, we're no longer just dealing with the Academia. They're in cahoots with the Fatui. But what are the Fatui after this time? Another Gnosis? Yeah, things would be a lot easier with Nahida's help. Nahida said we'll meet again outside of the city. But we can't just keep waiting around. You mean... Oh, right.
This is gonna suck.
Wasn't he invited by the sages to work on some project when we
really
were staying with him in the Vidia Forest?
Started.
That has to be the same
Did I start a thing while I was still doing...
Even though he turned it down at the time, he might still know something. There's no time to lose. Let's go to Gandharvaville.
Do we need to go to Gandharvaville for the goddamn event? I hope not. I wanna do the stupid event. Let me go do it. Let me fucking do it. Huzzah. Do 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 do. So I have like probably what, a week or so, because like I said, I've just kind of been not I've been kind of flapping about, you know, just kind of whatever. Oh fuck, I have less time than I thought I did. Okay, so yeah, I really need to put the pedal to the metal and do this shit.
We're not frozen in place after all.
I had more time. I thought I had more time. Apparently I don't. Oh, why do I not have time? Why do I not have time? How do I get down? Where am I going? Woo! It's probably in here.
What's the hurry?
It's under the impression that we finished the thing, but I didn't, and I don't care. The problem with this event, which I don't like,
are you two the famous traveler and Paimon by any chance?
Heavy it is, like.
And who are you?
My name is Wikas, a member of the Academia Extravaganza Planning Committee.
Yep, and that's exactly why we're here.
Is that
Can I just hurry
so?
up and...
Since you're both interested,
like,
the gala is held annually. On the other hand,
I don't have enough
this
time
year,
to.
the gala.
Got it. Cool.
You're most welcome.
Let them go through all this shit.
Well, let me
It's
begin.
kind of funny
Lesser
too,
Lord
because like, what was
Kusanali
it?
and the Sage. As such, I've heard that the two of you are famous across both the rainforest and desert. With your participation, especially in the Interdark.
Exactly.
No need to worry. There's no pressure.
That kind of sounds like a sweet deal. What do you think?
You can head over to the festival venue later. Some of them even. So, how about it?
Here we go.
The main event, the championship, is going.
Alrighty.
Sorry, I'm not really letting you guys actually get to enjoy it, but that's also just a bunch of fluff. He's basically saying, like, you know, he was just basically saying, oh, you know, we get to enjoy this stuff. Blah 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 blah. I am just being antsy and like. Okay, now I'm lost. Cause I gotta run, do all this quickly. I need more primo gems. I do not have enough primo gems to do much. So, yeah. I mean, it's not like it's in fucking Mondstadt where I wouldn't mind too much. Leeway, so-so. Inazuma.
Welcome, one and all, to the Academia Extravaganza. Now then,
I think for the Sumeru and Inazuma.
Karina, right? Looks like she's in the middle of some.
The diadem of knowledge.
I believe that most of you have already seen that 20 years ago,
it's a crown.
The generous championship prizes are also sourced from the sponsorship. Before we begin,
I just remembered somebody was all like
to this researcher,
calling it like they had like they were like what was it? There's a picture where it's like the Husbando event and they had like all the
things can only go from bad to worse. Human nature begets conflict, and conflict begets ruin. From the beginning, the seeds of wickedness have been.
Let me skip!
Hey, stop! Paimon called out to you, but you didn't respond. You okay? Did you stay up late without telling Paimon?
They're not letting me skip.
All right. I'm sure we're all more than ready now then. Let's invite... Representing Amorta, Tainari!
Biology.
Representing Spontamod, Sino!
Elements, basically.
Representing Ratawahist, Layla!
An illuminate blah blah words. That one was
representing Haravatat, Farazan!
Semotic. I think it's like Nilebots.
Representing Kasharawar, Kave!
Technology. But then again, technology would be called
And for Vahumana... Huh? Is Vahumana's representative not here yet?
These introductions are pointless. Let's just get this over with.
Wait a sec. Why is he Vahumana's representative?
Finally, our final contestant is Vahumana's representative, Hat Guy.
What? I like how they just in the middle of the thing. Having abandoned his previous name in his past, this person now walks the earth as the Wanderer. Though he dresses like an Inazuman Genjai, he basically does as he pleases, acting like the indestructible wind itself. Once he was a deadly foe, but common interests have made you temporary allies. The mutual enmity of the past rendered void. But the past remains in his heart still. Trust, betrayal, grace, vengeance. The past has shaped the present. What manner of future will it usher in?
Oh, so that's Hat Guy. I think I've seen him before.
You know who he is?
I've heard that he's a researcher from a different country who nominally belongs to Vahumana. Word is that he's written a lot of political analyses. His manner of speech hasn't made him popular amongst most other Vahumana researchers, but his comings and goings are quite irregular, so he doesn't interact with others much.
Aside from his more controversial aspects, his perspectives are considered quite incisive. Vahumana has seen a dearth of new talent lately, and some of its existing ones are not currently at the academia, so I suspect he might have been their only option.
It's just kind of weird. He doesn't seem like the kind of guy who'd participate in competitions like this one.
It is when his mother decided he was going to play nice to people
this time around.
And do
Hold
shit.
on to your hats, because we're all
Like,
on
my
this ride
child, go
together.
work. Mom, I don't want to work. You're working. And you're gonna be known as Hat Guy.
Huh. We really do know a lot of the contestants. Oh, right. We're guest commentators, aren't we? So figuring out everyone's reasons for participating is in our job description. Let's go ask them when we go say hi. Especially him. Paimon still thinks it's weird that he's here.
I like doing shit. Like, I have a shit ton of makeup. And I say a shit ton, I mean not really. It's like mostly lipstick and nail polish and... But I really don't wear anything. I just kind of... I like sometimes wear it when I'm at like home, but I don't wear it outside in public. I used to wear the nail polish, but like my current job,
we meet
it's
again,
a little harder to walk around with nail polish on.
Hey, Tighnari. We came here to check out this extravaganza.
Hell job I could wear nail
And
polish.
then they invited us to be guest commentators.
Is that so? I heard that there would be guest commentators recording
yeah.
the proceedings with cameras, but I didn't expect they'd be you two.
It's a pleasant surprise that you're visiting Sumeru again while I'm still on leave. When everything comes together perfectly like this, I call it the biryani factor. Because it's always rice to meet stew again.
So, Tighnari, you represent
I like how they were just like, anyway!
representing Spontamod.
Because Lord knows that's what I was like.
But haven't you both already graduated? Can alumni also take part in the competition?
I had wondered the same thing. When I was told the news, I was actually more shocked than you are now. I later found out that anyone who has been a part of a particular darshan has the right to participate. Graduation status has no effect.
So that's a rule, huh?
There are some restrictions, though. For example, sages
I'm
cannot
back to
participate.
playing.
Any given person can
Just
only
Wonderland
participate
again.
in one instance of the championship, and so on.
That's right. Also, there are two methods by which the darshan representatives are chosen. One is self-nomination, and the other is to be recommended by over half of one's darshan.
You must have been a case of the latter, Tighnari.
I heard that quite a few of your juniors petitioned for your candidacy.
Sometimes I wish I could clap a few of them over the head and tell them to spend that time on studying instead.
I knew I needed to push a button.
Well, you
can. It sounded too
after
quiet.
some consideration, I realized this could be a good opportunity for me. Next month, we're having a public lecture on ecology at Gandharvaville. If I participate in this event, I might be able to utilize its popularity to promote the lecture. I'm not that concerned about becoming the champion, unlike someone here.
Shit, I just realized. Oh yeah, fuck, we're like... Okay, we're gonna end this episode here because we are super way into it. Yeah, so for now, Tiniestofchibis is signing out.